Next up, I want to introduce this guy. I'll tell you how I met him. And I called David up during this last election, and I was wanting to help him a little bit, and asked him how things were going, and he told me, he said, "You need to help Sticklin." And I said, "Sticklin? Who's Sticklin?" You know? So he said, yeah, check him out. So I did, and I helped him a little bit, and anyway, gotten to know him, and he's one of us. He understands the role of his position, and he is not afraid to stand for what he believes is right. He's fought some hard battles, and it's working out good for him. But he's going to come up and conduct a quiz for us, a constitutional quiz, and there's going to be some prizes and stuff like that. But y'all welcome him up here, and he's going to take over for a few minutes.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Sticklin. I represent House District 92 in Tarrant County, and I've got a funny story to tell y'all. I was out here last year. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but so I agreed to come out here again because I love my friend David Simpson. So Ryan Malden calls me up today and says, about 2:30, and says, "Hey, let's talk about tonight." And I said, "Tonight? What do you mean tonight? It's tomorrow." "Oh no, it's tonight, and we've got you on the schedule." "Oh, okay. Well, I'm also speaking at a dinner here in Tarrant County. I'm in Bedford, Texas at this point." And he kind of freaks out a little bit, and I said, "Hold on, let me call my wife." So I called my wife, Chrissy, and I said, "Chrissy, I double booked. I'm supposed to be in Longview in a couple hours, and I've got about 20 minutes to make a decision on what we're going to do." She said, "It's David, you have to go to Longview. I will speak for you tonight," which is actually my wife's first time to do so. So this was a big deal for my family to be here in Longview and support David. I got so excited, I threw together things so quick that I actually left my shoes in Bedford, Texas. So I stand here tonight shoeless, but nothing was going to stop me from being here and supporting David because he's one of the most important people in Austin. I look up to the man, I respect him more than anybody else, and his leadership that he provides down in Austin has influence on so many people just like myself. So I just wanted to share that with you, and so you all know why I don't have any shoes on right now as well. We're going to have a constitutional trivia challenge. Ryan is going to pass this thing out real quick. Like Cole said, we've got some cool prizes. We've got 3 different prizes. You're going to work together as a table, and we're going to run through this thing
I don't have a pen.
pretty quickly. So you can work together. You can use hand signals if you know somebody at another table is going to be listening. But let's see how interesting this is. We all complain that Washington and politicians don't listen and obey the Constitution. We're going to make sure that the constituents are today.
Right in the center.
Okay, so the prize that we've got, there's 3 different prizes. First prize we'll get to pick, but we've got a Modern Revolution, a patriotic board game. This one's actually pretty cool because it is not available yet. This is a prototype that'll be released very shortly. And then we have 2 books here. We've got Liberty Defined by Dr. Ron Paul, and we've got Roger Williams and the Creation of the American Soul. So you guys will get your pick of what you want there. Has everybody got their paper? Does anybody not have a table? Paper ready to go? Okay, we're going to get going. Number 1, what was our country's first constitution called? What was our country's first constitution called?
Bingo. Got it.
What was our country's first constitution called? Number 2. Who is known as the father of the Constitution? Who is known as the father of the Constitution? If anybody needs a pen, we have one up here. Everyone's looking like they're working. Who is known as the father of the Constitution? That's number 2. Number 3. Which peg-legged member of the Constitutional Convention was its most frequent orator and wrote the preamble of the Constitution? Which peg-legged member of the Constitutional Convention was its most frequent orator and wrote the preamble to the Constitution?
Cheating.
Number 4. Which is the least litigated of the 10 original amendments in the Bill of Rights? Which has had the least lawsuits regarding its interpretation?
At least
It's got to be one of the higher ones.
Can't use the internet, David said. Number 5. Number 5. Which amendment has the fewest words? Which amendment has the fewest words?
is that the 10? We can't use the internet. Can we use this book?
Yeah.
If you haven't figured it out, you do have a Constitution at your table. Number 6. Which of the original 13 colonies did not send delegates to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia? Which of the original 13 colonies did not send delegates to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia?
I need a pen. Give a pen.
Number 7. There are currently how many amendments to the U.S. Constitution? There are currently how many amendments to the U.S. Constitution?
23.
We've got 3 more here. Number 8. In what year was the Constitution created? 1776, 1782, 1787, or 1790? In what year was the Constitution created?
87, wasn't it?
Number 9. Which of these founding fathers was not present for the drafting of the Constitution? Ben Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, or Alexander Hamilton? Which of the founding fathers was not present for the drafting of the Constitution? Franklin, Washington, Jefferson, or Hamilton?
Also, the amendment least litigated.
That could be one of the new.
Which of these founding fathers was not present for the drafting of the Constitution? Franklin, Washington, Jefferson, or Hamilton? Number 10. How many delegates attended the Constitutional Convention? 13, 39, 46, or 55?
Do you know that? I think it's 39.
How many delegates attended the Constitutional Convention? 13, 39, 46, or 55?
Is it 46?
I'm going to read through all of them again very quickly. and then we're going to go over the answers. Number 1, what was our country's first constitution called? Number 2, who is known as the father of the Constitution? Number 3, which peg-legged member of the Constitutional Convention was its most frequent orator and wrote the preamble to the Constitution? Number 4, which is the least litigated of the 10 original amendments in the Bill of Rights? Number 5, which amendment has the fewest words? Number 6, which of the original 13 colonies did not send delegates to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia? Number 7, there are currently how many amendments to the U.S. Constitution? Number 8, in what year was the Constitution created? Number 9, which of these founding fathers was not present for the drafting of the Constitution? Franklin, Washington, Jefferson, or Hamilton? Number 10, how many delegates attended the Constitutional Convention? Everybody got their answers ready? Okay.
I can see who wins.
All right. Let's see who wins the big money now. The correct answer to number 1 is the Articles of Confederation. Some claps and some hugs. Number 2, who is known as the father of the Constitution? That would be James Madison. Number 3, which peg-legged member of the Constitutional Convention was its most frequent orator and wrote the preamble to the Constitution? Governor Morris. Number 4, which is the least litigated of the 10 original amendments in the Bill of Rights? That would be the 3rd Amendment, prohibiting quartering of soldiers in homes. Number 5, which amendment has the fewest words? That would be the 8th. Number 6, which of the original 13 colonies did not send delegates to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia? That would be Rhode Island. Rhode Island did not send any delegates. Number 7, and we are using the honor system here, by the way. Number 7, there are currently how many amendments to the U.S. Constitution? The answer is 27. 27. Number 8, in what year was the Constitution created? 1787. 1787. Number 9, which of these founding fathers was not present for the drafting of the Constitution? Thomas Jefferson.
Uh-oh, I missed
Was
it.
not present.
We amended it.
Oh, you amended it, good.
Number 10, how many delegates attended the Constitutional Convention? 55.
Uh-oh.
55.
Man.
All right, hopefully you've totaled it up. Raise your hand if you got 3 correct. 3 correct.
Is that all we got?
At least.
Leave it up if you got 4 correct. 5 correct. 6 correct.
No, you leave it up if, okay.
7. 8. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have our 3. Anybody get 9 correct? I believe this table right here is
They
the
have
winner.
kids.
It must have been the kids.
That's no fair, they have
They're still in
kids.
history class.
That's no
So you
fair.
guys, it's been a while for some of us. Good job, guys. Okay, so we got 8 correct over here. Who else got 8 correct? You guys right here. Okay.
Tiebreakers?
We're going to do a quick tiebreaker between the 2 of you.
Uh-oh.
What was the average age of the delegates to the Constitutional Convention? 34, 44, 54, or 64?
What are we gonna guess?
34?
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's younger than you think.
Are you sure?
We ready? You got your answer
I was
figured
gonna
out?
say 54. No, we don't have one.
Okay, tell me when you got it.
What do we
What was
say?
the average age of the delegates to the Constitutional Convention?
I don't know that, they got.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No.
Go with your gut.
I think it's 34.
Is that an official answer, guys? We'll go with 34, and what do y'all think? 34, you're both wrong, it's 44. Okay, let's try it one more time.
We need, hey, you kids. Bring the
How
kids
many
over here.
words were in the original Constitution, including the signature of signers? The person who's closest to it will win. How many words were in the original Constitution, including the signatures of signers?
Oh, gosh. Words.
I think we're calling a friend over here. Phoning a friend.
What's the definition of a word? I mean, how many letters does it have to be? One letter like A?
How many words? I believe that would count, yes.
Any
Okay.
word, A and B.
Mhm.
So it's 14 pages.
Wild guess from the people in the back this time
100.
first.
I have no idea.
Just a minute, 1 minute, okay.
I say 1,000.
I may have to do some math here.
Google's not allowed.
What are we saying? Huh?
It's 4,600.
28.
There's 14 pages. How many words per page?
2,600?
How many words per page?
You guys have a guess?
2801.
The answer is 4,543. You guys were the closest.
Good, good.
Take your pick and then you guys will get one as well. Y'all have a preference?
You won it, so
It was Glenn's idea. Glenn, take one.
it was his idea to do the contest? Oh, like 4601?
He's going with Ron Paul and you guys get the big one. All right.
And he's a Wisconsin voter.
That's right.
That's all we have for the game, folks. I just want to say something real quick about David. And, we're down there for
This was in
6 months, and this time ended up being
You ever heard of
about
this
8.5
magazine?
months with a special session. So you develop
I
relationships
just saw
with
it
people
today.
when you're down there. There's 150 House reps, there's 31 senators over there, and I spent more time with them this last year than I did my own family. And long days, rough nights, ups and downs, everything else. And there's a lot of people who will never understand quite how that feels to go through that process, except for people who have already done that. So you develop relationships with people who you can really not even, you develop relationships with people who you fight with on a daily basis. And some of these people, when my political career is completely over, I don't think I'll ever speak with them again. But I want to tell you that David Simpson truly is my friend. I love that man because I love what he stands for. I love the selflessness about him. I love that he puts others before himself. He takes votes that doesn't help his political career because he does it out of principle. And one of the complaints that the conservative, more liberty-minded folks like us get is, well, you're not effective, so we don't pass as many bills. And let me tell you something. David Simpson is one of the most effective state reps in Austin. Because David Simpson single-handedly stops more bad bills than I think anybody else down there. Because he's willing to stand up and talk about what the bill really does. And to me, at the state of our economy and our communities and everything else going on around us, I promise you, it is far more vital for liberty to stop the assault than to push any new laws. So that's what you have in David Simpson. And that's why I drove from Bedford on the drop of a dime to be out here, not because it was convenient or I'm going to gain anything from this, but because David Simpson is that important to our movement. So please support him. I appreciate you guys coming out here, and we'll see you next year. Thanks.